If you're watching this video, you probably are very excited for the upcoming Ghost Recon Project Over game being developed by Ubisoft. And for those thinking, why is it taking so long? Is it still coming? I can assure you that yes, Project Over Ghost Recon, the next open world game, is still in development. And we're going to be going over the information we know so far about Project Over. So this next Ghost Recon will be the next mainline game. It will be an open world game and it should have all the improvements that Ghost Recon Breakpoint made post-launch. And Project Over should have all of these improvements upon release. Now the game is forecasted to come in 2025. And this was forecasted by the reliable source Tom Henderson. Also in July this year, Tom Henderson had this to say on Twitter: Ubisoft has a lot of good things in the works. I've heard great things about Assassin's Creed Red, Far Cry 7, Project Over, Ghost Recon, etc. But games like Skull and Bones and Beyond Good and Evil 2 are like a big rock in the middle of the road and they need to get rid of ASAP in my opinion. Too many resources are being spent. Now Ubisoft is also a massive studio which has a ton of projects that they are working on, and games like Skull and Bones, which reportedly has to be made because of Ubisoft's deal with the Singapore government, meaning they have to make this game using Singapore talent. They can't just outright cancel the game, and I definitely think they made a massive mistake with their creative approach to Skull and Bones. Also, huge games that are indefinitely in development like Beyond Good and Evil 2 will no doubt still be taking a lot of resources. On top of these two huge titles, you've got Ubisoft making 12 plus Assassin's Creed games which are currently in development, and Ubisoft is revitalizing older IP like Prince of Persia with Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown and Splinter Cell with the Splinter Cell remake. Now there was a plan to convert all their IP nearly into battle royale games. This included Ghost Recon with Ghost Recon Frontlines. However, thankfully that idea was scrapped and that pushed the new Project Over game ahead in the queue. I also have to mention the Infinity system with Assassin's Creed and how Ubisoft is definitely going to try implement that into other franchises, which they already have floated the idea around with the Far Cry series. Now this is just in the idea stage at the moment, but I'm sure if Assassin's Creed is very successful with this approach, we'll probably see it next in Far Cry and then perhaps Ghost Recon. Now this is actually the next stage in gaming, and we are entering an age where one game will now contain a lot of games within it. For example, if you look at Fortnite now, you've got the main battle royale mode, you've got Lego Fortnite, you've got rocket racing, and you've got creative modes where players can create their own maps. And you even got games like Everywhere that are currently in development and will be releasing next year, which is also taking the same approach that Fortnite is. Now this could be a potential future for Ghost Recon down the line. It's definitely a franchise you can go multiple directions with. However, rest assured that the next game will be a mainline open world title. Now for the future, I do want to see more open world games with a deep narrative and populated worlds. Also, give us a Ready or Not style Ghost Recon game. There's definitely so much room for a room clearing game for consoles on the market right now, and Ubisoft can really capitalize on this with the Ghost Recon games. The Ghost Recon series has massive potential. You can go ahead and remake those older games. You can make new open world games, room clearing games, new narrative driven smaller games like the older games, but a new story to tell. You can add characters to X-Defiant and Rainbow Six Siege and crossovers, Infinity Hub, the Far Cry 5 arcade editor can make a comeback into the Ghost Recon series where fans could create their own missions and levels and maybe even stories. I really want to hear about more plans for the Ghost Recon series in the future. It's crazy to think that Assassin's Creed has 12 plus games in development, and we know that Far Cry has 2 upcoming games with a multiplayer game and the next Far Cry game being Far Cry 7. Ghost Recon is a huge franchise on its own, and I'm not saying that it should have 12 plus games in development like Assassin's Creed, but there is so much opportunities to explore more of the Ghost Recon universe. I'm hoping that with the release of Ghost Recon Project Over, it is a successful title. It is something that fans have been asking for, and I do really hope that they go over and beyond. I think in terms of graphics and scale, we can look towards the new Star Wars Outlaws game by Ubisoft Montreal. Ubisoft have started to double down on using the Snowdrop engine, which they recently updated for more of their games. And we believe that the next Ghost Recon game Project Over will also be using the Snowdrop engine. But to look at Star Wars Outlaws, not really from an art style perspective because it is Star Wars skinned, Look at it from a graphical standpoint. The game is similar to Ghost Recon in it being an open world action-adventure third-person shooter game that is being created by Ubisoft. So from a graphical standpoint, you can expect those types of visuals from the next Ghost Recon project over title. You should get a denser, populated open world game, and the future could be absolutely huge for Ghost Recon if Ubisoft does it right. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I've got more Ghost Recon videos on the channel. I'll leave them in the description and pinned comment section below, and also check out some of my other videos. We talk about the best in open world games and narrative driven games that I absolutely love, like The Last of Us Part 3, Spider-Man 3, the Star Wars games that are in development, the potential future for Prince of Persia and Splinter Cell, The Witcher 4, The Witcher spin-offs, and the Cyberpunk series. And we talk about all of that on this channel, so go ahead and subscribe, and please like the video too and leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the entire situation. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and I hope to see you on my next video. Take care, guys.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.